Coming up right now on SUTV News, the Kaufman Gallery has a new exhibit.
And we bring you the history behind April Fool's Day. This is not a joke.
It's all right now. Hello and thanks for joining us on SUTV News. I'm Lucy Davis.
And I'm Joe Rodriguez. A construction worker has been in the hospital after an accident on campus last week. The worker was injured last Thursday on campus and was taken by medical helicopter to a local hospital. The supervisor of construction says that he should be able to return to work on a light duty after medical evaluation.
Student artwork is on display this week. Tyler Baldwin has more.
The Kaufman Gallery in the Hubert Art Building is now hosting the Student Art Exhibition. Work from 29 different student artists is on display in the gallery until April 9th. Students from Shippensburg Art and Design program have been working on the pieces for the display for months. The exhibition gives students a chance to admire their own work as well as the work of others.
The image represents my childhood, a snapshot of a memory that I have from my childhood. And the text represents a conversation or something I overheard as a child. And I'm incorporating the two to tell a story.
Students display work on oil paintings, digital prints, wood, and even steel pieces. Judges from Messiah College viewed the work, which included 152 submissions, to decide which 52 pieces of work to put on display. Winnings and cash prizes were awarded to the fellow artists. Some of the work requires the viewer to dig a little deeper to find the true meaning of the piece. Each piece of art captures the creativity of the individual artist. By displaying work in the Kaufman Gallery, students can display and promote their own work.
This is a line on a resume which helps them apply to a graduate school or perhaps an employer.
For SUTV News, I'm Tyler Baldwin.
A graphic designer.
The exhibition is open Monday through Thursday from 9 to 3 or by appointment. Entrance into the gallery is free. Well, yesterday was full of pranks and mishaps, but how did this holiday of tricking people become a tradition?
Grandma, I was texting and I drove my car into the freaking garage door. Come on, I need help.
From harmless pranks to pull on your mom, to scaring your roommate, April 1st is a prankster's favorite holiday. But think about it. It's an odd tradition. Historians dispute its origin, but here are some guesses. It's said April Fool's Day became a popular celebration in the 1700s in England. Or it may have begun with the French in 1582.
Once a year we turn all parties upside down.
What is certain is no one should take what is said on this holiday seriously. Even Shippensburg University got in on the fun, announcing Old Main renovations. No matter the origin, it's best to embrace it and enjoy. It's never too early to prepare. It's only 365 days away. And Joe, you heard correctly, it is 365 days till the next April Fool's Day because next year is a leap year.
Well, that gives me extra time to plan for my prank, but I already have something in mind.
Well, good thing I won't be here. But still to come on SUTV News, find out why Old Main will be bathed in blue tonight.
And we have the latest on the 550 missing Kenyan college students in World News.
We'll be right back. If you were in the Cub today, you might have spotted graffiti. Victor Ving, a graffiti artist on his way to Ohio, stopped by Ship to show his skills and create a freehand mural representing Shippensburg University. Ving spent 8 years in corporate America before quitting his job to pursue his passion for art. Ving and his wife are looking to buy an RV so they can travel to the U.S., working on street murals nationwide. Be on the lookout for Ving's finished piece to be hung near the APB office in the Cub.
Today marks an extra special day for people to bring awareness to a disorder that affects one in every 65 children. And April 2nd is dubbed the World Autism Day every year. This day is designed to embrace uniqueness, diversity, and individuality. Shippensburg University is joining the world in celebrating this day by shining a blue light in Old Main along with the Cub Amphitheater. This is the 6th year that Shippensburg has participated in the Autism Speaks campaign. From Al-Shabaab kidnapping to pay increases at a popular fast food franchise, Andrew Robinson has the latest world news. Andrew.
Thank you, Joe. Tonight we begin with some breaking news. World leaders met today in Switzerland to discuss Ireland's nuclear program and came up with a temporary agreement. Leaders involved have come up with a tentative agreement, and as part of the deal, Iran agreed to reduce its stockpile of low-enriched uranium for 15 years. President Obama said it's a good deal and meets their core objective. Terror group Al-Shabaab is claiming responsibility for an attack leaving 147 people dead at Garissa University in Kenya early this morning. The terror group is accused of targeting Christians at their morning prayers. Witnesses say the attackers shot anyone they came across except 4 fellow Muslims. The attackers separated students by religion, letting go the Muslims and keeping the Christians hostage. A law enforcement source close to the investigation of the Germanwings crash last week says co-pilot Andreas Lubitz saw at least 5 doctors. Lubitz was afraid of losing his license to fly because of medical issues. A prosecutor says Lubitz researched suicide methods on his computer tablet. Investigators are focusing on Lubitz's health as they try to establish his motivation. For the first time ever, California has issued a statewide mandate forcing everyone to cut their water usage by 25%. These regulations could have an impact across the country. Farmers in California grow more than 200 crops, which could lead to a spike in food prices at grocery stores in the coming months. Amid staggering sales, McDonald's says it plans to increase pay for its 90,000 employees starting in July. The increase would only apply to the 1,500 stores McDonald's owns and operates and does not include the more than 3,100 privately owned franchises. The company also announced this week it plans to test an all-day breakfast menu at select locations. The exact items on the all-day breakfast menu have not been revealed. And a new report suggests giving children a sip of beer or wine may not be a good idea after all. The study found kids who sipped alcohol by 6th grade are 5 times more likely to have a full drink by high school. They are also 4 times more likely to binge drink or get drunk. That's all of your world news for tonight. Back to Joe and Lucy at the desk.
Still to come on SUTV, find out if the warm weather will finally stay for the weekend.
Well, I hope so. But in entertainment, we have the details of Jay-Z's huge Monday night announcement.
Stay tuned. Don't go away. Hey, Lucy, the weather was beautiful today, and actually, I think I saw you wearing shorts.
Well, I did. So I'm warm weather wishing, but only Jake Gillespie knows if the weather will be here to stay. Jake?
Only 56, setting up tomorrow to be another near 70-degree day. But it looks like scattered thunderstorms will come along with it. Taking a look at the 5-day, Saturday's high will only be 53 degrees with very high winds, so be sure to hold on to your hats. Sunday jumps back up to 64 degrees with mostly sunny skies. Monday will be a bit warmer at 68 with partly cloudy skies. Tuesday, even warmer still with a high of 70, but a 40% chance of rain, and the rain could linger for the rest of the week. That's it for this week's weather. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you right here next Thursday.
Warm weather is headed our way. Spotify, Pandora, Songza, and now Tidal. Jay-Z held a 20-minute press conference in New York this week to launch his most recent collaborative project. Tidal, the newest form of internet radio, is 100% artist-owned. The service will create playlists for subscribers based on their listening trends, which will give access to HD music videos and suggest articles published about their favorite artists or songs. This service gives artists the freedom to create their own song length. At double the price, it remains to be seen whether Tidal star owners can lure fans away from the other streaming services. Nintendo has announced 2 new downloadable members of the Super Smash Bros. Roster, Mewtwo from Pokemon and Lucas from Mother of 3. But even more exciting is the announcement of Smash Ballot. In Smash Ballot, players can submit their character requests directly to Nintendo. Not every request will yield a new downloadable fighter, of course, but every vote will be considered. You can submit your character request to all the official Super Smash Bros. Website. Go to our website for how to submit. Search the keyword Super Smash Bros. Or look under the Entertainment tab. A few weeks ago, we told you about a new arts and crafts club. Maker Club is hosting a hand and machine sewing info session tomorrow in the Cub 103 at 3 p.m. The members of the Maker Club will provide sewing machines and handy tutorials for people interested in learning the basics of sewing. As the saying goes, for it is in the giving that we receive. Next week, the Circle of Friends will be on the receiving end at their Lohr Center annual gala. The Circle of Friends is a group of charitable donors who nurture an arts-oriented lifestyle in Cumberland Valley. This elegant evening will celebrate the musical adaptation of Disney's Beauty and the Beast. For information on how to become a part of the Circle of Friends, go to sutvnews.com. Disney's smash hit Broadway musical Beauty and the Beast is coming to Shippensburg. The classic love story has captured the hearts of over 35 million people worldwide, and now we get to experience it in the Lohr's Performing Arts Center. From the lavish sets to the dazzling costumes, experience the romance and enchantment on April 9th. Tickets are on sale at the Lohr Center. Well, that looks like that's all we have for entertainment tonight. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Alexis. Now, a new sports club needs a big field and is making big changes on campus.
Yes, and find out what milestone Sheila Johnson just hit.
Sports is up next.
Welcome back to SUTV News. We have some great highlights for you, but first, a new sport you may not be familiar with. Cronum is one of the newest sports clubs on campus, and it's getting its own field to play on. Dylan Horax has the story.
Next year, a new athletic field will join the ones already dotted across campus when the Cronum team begins play.
So we are right now practicing by Seavers Rec fields, and the new fields are going to be by the soccer nets right now because we need turf.
The sport requires a big space because it combines team handball, soccer, and basketball into one game, and anyone can play.
You don't need to have any sports experience. It's co-ed, so men and women, and we'll help you out. We'll teach everything you need to know.
The new Cronum Club field is set to open during spring of next year. For SUTV Sports, I'm Dylan Horax.
Cronum practices Mondays and Wednesdays in the Seavers Rec fields and lasts from 5 to 7. Here on SUTV Sports, when we report on student athletes, it's usually to show their athletic accomplishments, but they're accomplished students too. Jake Gillespie has more.
Our student athletes put in a lot of work on the field, court, rink, track, but they are here to be students. Between being involved in clubs, studying, and practices, student athletes don't have much time to spare. But being involved is still rewarding and worthwhile, and nobody knows this better than Greg Whitcomb.
Being the president of SAC, I probably put in anywhere from 10 to 15 hours per week, strictly on different SAC activities, whether it just be meeting with Ashley Grimm, who's our advisor, or getting an event ready for that coming weekend or that night.
Greg is a senior captain on the men's soccer team and president of the Student Athlete Advisory Committee, or SAC. And Greg still finds time to excel in the classroom.
I think I take on a lot of responsibilities and roles that maybe a couple other student athletes wouldn't take on simply because of the time commitment, but personally I think that time commitment kind of helps me out in setting up a schedule.
These traits helped him not just in the classroom, but on the field as well.
I think kind of the mentality that was set in place whenever I came in as a freshman from the soccer team made me put in more focus and more work in the classroom to make sure that I was always in the position where I had all my stuff done in the classroom so I could just go and focus on a practice or a game that I had that day.
Greg says his sport isn't his favorite part of being a student athlete. It's the work he's done in SAC.
I'd say the most rewarding is either the swim meet that we have or the track meet, because then we're actually dealing with the individuals firsthand.
So when you see our Raiders winning trophies on the field,
Don't forget all the work they do off the field. Jake Gillespie, TV Sports.
The Student Athlete Advisory Committee raised more than $2,500 in its Make-A-Wish event in just one night. Greg is planning to assist and coach the men's soccer team next fall. Liz Parkins was named PSAC Eastern Division Softball Pitcher of the Week. Parkins allowed just 2 runs in 9.2 innings over the course of 2 games last week against Westchester. Parkins is 3-1 with a 2.02 ERA for this season. The Shippensburg Raiders took on East Stroudsburg University Friday. Ian Fitzgerald has the highlights.
Shippensburg pitcher Marcus Shippey kept the Raiders in the game with his good command and a live fastball. It was a close game until Shipp came through with a clutch run-scoring hit from Ryan McMillan. Cody Ezolt wrapped everything up but the post-game handshakes with his 2-run homer, extending the Raider lead to 7 as Shipp cruised to a 10-3 victory through 7 innings of play. For SUTV Sports, I'm Ian Fitzgerald.
The now 11-15 Raiders square off against Kutztown University tomorrow. First pitch is scheduled for 1 p.m. Grant Smith was named PSAC Men's Outdoor Field Athlete of the Week. He is seated atop the PSAC and number 5 in Division II for shot put. He also reached number 1 in the PSAC for hammer throw with a career high of 173 feet and 6 inches. Well, last weekend, the Raiders lacrosse team lost 2 games on the road to Seton Hill and Slippery Rock. But fortunately, the team has something to celebrate. Sheila Johnson scored her 100th career goal, which makes her the 13th Ship lacrosse player to do so. Sheila enjoyed the moment, but thanks her team.
My teammate was right by my side like they have been since day one here at Ship. It felt awesome to celebrate and share that moment with the people that I love.
And has scored at least 1 goal in 49 of her 59 career games, and she hopes to continue the pass for the rest of the season. Thank you for tuning in to SUTV. That's all we have for sports. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you. Well, that's it for SUTV News tonight. I'm Lucy Davis.
And I'm Joe Rodriguez. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at SUTV News and like us on Facebook.
And for more information on tonight's stories and extra news, visit our website, sutvnews.com.
Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's like the weather.